Hello and welcome back. In our previous videos, we had loaded data and we had created a .map file and we displayed a number of wells on here. In this video, we are going to be filtering down to just the wells with logs, and then we are going to pick our cross sections on those wells, and we are going to apply some styling to those cross sections as well. So let's get started. So although there are a number of ways that you can create a list of wells with logs in Danomics, in this example, I'm going to do this using a flow tool. And the way we'll do this is we'll start off by saying new flow. And I am going to filter down to the wells that have a triple combo. So I'm going to just call this tcom filter.flow. Hit OK. And this presents us with a empty flow container here. Flows are a batch processing system that are very flexible and allow you to perform a number of operations within Danomics. In this case, we're going to be using it to create a well list of wells that have logs. So I'm going to start off by clicking New, and I'm going to type into the search box log input. And now I'm going to select our well log database. I'm going to select our welcome project LDB. Then we are going to use the log math tool. And in the log math tool, I am going to create a new curve. And in this curve, I'm going to say tcom flag, so our triple combo flag, is equal to gamma ray comp times row B comp times infi comp times res D comp. These mnemonics you can find in our help documentation, but the underscore comp curve utilizes the alias table to take the first non-nan value that is available to you. Okay, once we have done this, we now would like to come in here and turn these from logs into points. And the way we're going to do this is we are going to use our log zone summaries tool. And we are going to select our curve here. And if you remember, we named this tcom flag. So we are going to come here and type tcom underscore flag and click create. For our tops, we will select our welcome project tops and our welcome project headers. Next, it will ask us how we would like to aggregate this. We will be using an average. And we are going to identify the zones by going top to top. In our next step, we are going to filter this down. So we're going to do this with a point select box. We're going to say add. And we are going to filter by an expression here. And our expression is going to be not isnan value. And so it's the exclamation point says not, and then isnan, all one word, and then value. And when I click out of the box, that error goes away, and we have now filtered to exclude values that are all null. And then finally, we will end this flow with a output. So once again, we'll come here and type in the box and search for points output. This will write a new set of points called tcom filter here. And to run this flow, I click on the little play icon to the right of the search box. This initiates a new job. And this will only take a couple of seconds to run. This should be fairly quick in most cases. And we see that it is ran. If I come here and I click on the sheet of paper icon beside the job, it'll say that we started with 56 well logs. It performed the log math on those 56 logs, and that converted it to points. And then we have 541 rows. And the point select reduced that to 516 rows, and that is what we got in our points output. Okay, so We will close these. And now we'll go back to our map file. And previously we had displayed all of the wells, and not just wells with logs. And when you display all the wells, it's hard to know how to do things such as pick a cross section. So I'm going to remove this layer, and I'm going to add a new well markers layer. Once again, I will select our well project.wdb, and now I'm going to specify a well set, and I'm going to choose the triple combo filter that we just made. And we now see that this will give us 56 matching wells, and I will click add. Okay, so we can see the distribution of those wells on the map. And now I would like to add a cross-section layer. To do this, I'm going to come to the top right, and I'm going to click on this hamburger menu, and I'm going to say split window. And this will divide it into the map and a new empty window. Now I'm going to click here again, say add tab, and I'm going to add a cross-section view. I'm going to then select my well headers, my well logs, and my tops. And now you'll notice that it has populated our cross section, and it has added the cross section layer here to our map. So I'm going to click on this divider so we can make our cross section a little bit wider. I'm also going to hide away our files here so we have a little more screen real estate. Okay, here on the cross section we have a number of options available. So first one I'm going to explore here is I'm going to come up here to the menu bar and click on flatten. I'm going to flatten this on the Parkman formation. And once I've done this, you can see the cross section is now in a stratigraphic view. And I can use the zoom functionality to zoom in. Okay, if I want to change templates, I can select alternative templates such as our triple combo template that will show the neutron density. I could show a correlation section, which is similar to our previous one, but is significantly narrower. I could also show a filled template here. If I wanted to make a modification to this, such as making a track wider, changing curve colors, or changing fills, I can hover over the header and I can click on the gear icon here, which will bring up the settings. In this example, I'm going to make our gamma ray track slightly wider, so I'm going to give it a width of 60. And for our fill, here we have two fills. I'm going to change our solid fill to a slightly more muted template by clicking on this icon here. Once I'm done, I can click the X at the top right to hide these options away. Okay, that is all we have to do to create that cross section and apply some styling to it. Now, you'll notice the cross section that we have has been automatically drawn for all of the wells. This is the serpentine option that we have, and there are a number of other automatic options as well. However, what I'm going to do is I want to create my own cross-section lines. To do this, I click here in the under the lines where it says select database. I'm going to create a new database, and we will just leave this with the name of cross sections. Once I've done that, this has created a new database for us. I'm going to click new, and I'm going to create east-west 1 as my first cross section. What I'll do then is I'll come over to the map. I'll say capture east-west 1, and then I will click from well to well. And when I'm done, I will right click and say exit capture mode. You'll notice that it drew the cross section for me as we went along. I'm going to now create a second cross section called north-south 1. I will now right click here and say capture north-south 1. I will click from well to well. And once again, when I'm done, I'll say exit capture mode. Now, one thing you'll notice here is that it's only showing the most recent cross-section line. To change this, I can come up here to my cross-section, click the edit icon, and I can now say all. And once I hit apply, I will now see my east-west line as well as my north-south line. If I move my cross section to be the top layer, I can then click from line to line on the map. The last functionality I want to show you here is the ability to show you a quick indicator for the top's coverage. So here I am going to once again click on the settings for my cross section, and I want to see wells that have the Parkman and the lower Parkman formation. Once I've done this, I will click apply, and we'll see that we have some wells that are shown in green and some that are shown in yellow. The ones that are shown in green have both the Parkman and the lower Parkman, while the ones shown in yellow only have one of those specific wells, or one of those specific tops. So for example, this well only has the Parkman and not the lower Parkman, so that top would be shown in yellow here. Okay, that is it for this video. In the next video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can add tops using both manual picking and the assisted tops picker. Thank you.